You ever wonder if you could find, like, a real spiritual practice, not by, running off to a monastery, but right here in the middle of your daily grind? Well, it turns out there's this ancient text, and it's basically a handbook for doing just that.
I mean, that's the big question, right? How do you take all the normal stuff, your commute, making dinner, just hanging out with family, and turn it into something more, something with real meaning? So the answer comes from this incredible text, the Sutra on the original vows of the Bodhisattva. And get this, it's like a roadmap that's almost 2,000 years old, but you're going to see its wisdom is just spot on for today.
Okay, but before we get into the nuts and bolts, the nitty-gritty advice, you have to understand how this text kicks off. It's mind-bending. We're not starting in some quiet little temple. No, we're starting with the entire cosmos.
The sutra just opens up with this picture of a universe that is just teeming with life and light. I mean, try to imagine infinite realms in every single direction. You've got the fragrant forest over in the east, the joyful forest to the south, and from all these zillions of worlds, these enlightened beings, bodhisattvas, are all gathering together. It's like a cosmic convention on a scale that's almost impossible to wrap your head around. And this is just a brilliant way to set up the core idea, right? The text shows you this huge interconnected universe, billions of worlds. But then it says the path to being part of all that, to getting to that enlightened reality, doesn't start out there. Nope, it starts right here, with just one thought, one simple action, right in the middle of your everyday life. So, how do we start? Well, the whole teaching, everything we're about to talk about, comes from a single essential question that gets asked right in the middle of this wild cosmic party. A bodhisattva named Zisho basically raises his hand and asks this really simple, direct question. It's pretty much the same question we started with. Okay, this all sounds great, but what do I actually do? And that question kicks off the entire how-to guide in the sutra.
And the answer is it's so beautifully simple. It's not about giving up everything or doing some kind of superhuman feat. The real practice is about taking the ordinary stuff you already do every single day and attaching a profound intention to it, a sacred vow.
So let's look at how this actually works. This is where it gets really practical. The sutra gives us tons of examples, basically turning your daily routine into a checklist for becoming a more enlightened person.
Let's start with something we can all relate to, right? You're at home, you're taking care of your parents, or maybe your kids, your partner, just a normal, fundamental human thing to do.
Now, check out the shift here. The practice is to take that personal feeling of love and care and just expand it. You make this quiet little vow to yourself. May all beings feel this cared for. May everyone find their way. All of a sudden, just a moment with your family becomes this huge, universal act of kindness. Okay, here's another one. You leave your house. You're just walking. Maybe you're on your way to work or the grocery store, whatever. It's something you probably do 100 times a day without even thinking about it. So the vow here connects your physical walking to the spiritual journey. As you take each step, you're making a wish that everyone, all beings, keep going on their own path of growth, that they don't get discouraged and give up. Your simple walk just became a prayer for everyone's perseverance.
And let's do one more. One of the most basic things we do every day, sitting down for a meal, a moment for physical nourishment.
And with this vow, you're transforming physical food into spiritual food. As you eat, you're wishing that all beings could be nourished by wisdom, that they could really savor the taste of truth and understanding. Every single meal becomes a chance to practice compassion.
So you can see how these little moment-to-moment practices are the engine that drives this whole thing. But where does it all lead? Well, the sutra also gives us a big picture map of the journey, laying out 10 clear stages of development. See, this isn't just about wandering around hoping for the best. It's a real structured path. It takes you from the very first spark of inspiration all the way to the final stage just before complete enlightenment. It shows how all those little daily vows start to stack up, building on each other and leading to this really profound transformation over time. It all starts right here, stage 1. This is that aha moment. You see the beauty in things like wisdom and compassion, and you make this powerful choice. I want to go down this path, and not just for me, but to help everybody. That first decision, that resolve, that's the seed for the whole journey. And then, after who knows how many moments of practice, the path leads here to stage 10. This is a being with incredible wisdom and skill, literally one step away from becoming a full Buddha.
Their whole existence is about helping and guiding others, and that is the potential that gets unlocked by all those simple vows you make while you're, just walking down the street.
Okay, so we've seen the cosmic scale, we've looked at the detailed map. Let's bring it all right back home. What does all this actually mean for you, right now, today?
And here's the absolute heart of it all. The Bodhisattva isn't some person floating on a cloud. They're right here in the thick of things. This path isn't an escape plan. It's more like a new operating system for your brain. It helps you experience the world you're already in a totally new way, transforming it from the inside out just with your intention.
So this ancient text leaves us with a really direct and personal challenge. Forget the 10 stages and the cosmic stuff for just a minute. Think about your day. When you grab your first cup of coffee, when you answer that first email, when you get in your car, what is one small, compassionate vow you can attach to that one little moment?